この大空に翼を広げて。お腹すいた。この大空に翼を広げて。それじゃまたね。早く帰。この大空に翼を広げて。じゃあまたね。この大空に翼を広げて。それじゃまたね。早く帰。この大空に翼を広げて。お疲れ様でした。
Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. In case you're wondering what I was trying to do there a moment ago, is that when I first booted this up in order to set up OBS to record it, when I pushed exit, because it does seem to change voice actors to a degree and a little bit of the dialogue each time, but the very first time I closed it, the voice actor said Oni-chan and a bunch of other stuff, and I was wanting to try to play that for all of you. Maybe one day. That being said, we are lucky that OBS didn't crash, because a lot of times with certain games, if the game window crashes or I exit out of a game, OBS will sometimes crash. Now this will be in one of the most recent playlists. It'll be in the one that the very first part of that playlist will be Minagoroshi Part 19. It's part of the Higurashi series. I've picked up a few games over the past few months whenever they were on sale, because usually I'll try to buy games when they're like 80 or 90% off, unless I'm getting a game on its release day. So I try to save as much money as possible. That being said, I'm going to start at least recording a part 1 to all these games. not going to have this long of an intro in all the others, let alone try to restart and play some silly little vocal line for you guys. But yeah, if any of these games that would be on this perhaps most recent playlist, if you want to see more of that or any game I've played, hey, you at least suggest it and I'll do it whenever I get around to it. I imagine the playlist that'll be in the future, the second to most recent one will be Matsubara Ashi, and eventually the most recent playlist in the series will probably be Union Rhythm Psychosis, which I'll call Denpa Brain Rot. But that game doesn't come out until late October. Other than that, if I ever pick up a few new things here and there, maybe I'll... because I have several things, including there's plenty of free games on Steam, that I'll be putting into the playlist that you are watching this playlist in. This video in. It's... the playlist that's the very first part is... but yeah, just look at the most recent playlist at the top. You should find it. It'll also be one of the shortest playlists, most likely. But we're going to do a lot of part ones to a lot of various games that you guys may request more of. I also may just come back to if I ever feel like it. But I'm at least putting this idea out there for you guys. Welcome. Start the game. The bicycle road race is known as a really harsh sport. The hill climb in the middle is held to, while putting strain on every muscle in your body. You have to continue pedaling without any brakes to climb a steep hill. At that time, I always think, I can't do this anymore. I'll make this race my last. Even though I think that every time, in the end I still take part in the next race. I've endured severe training so that I don't put my feet down halfway through the hill climb. Why do I do that? Because once I finish the hill climb, I am waiting for my reward. Nothing compares to the feeling of cutting through the wind as I race the downhill section at blistering speed. Why am I imagining the Rammstein song Lost Highway? At that moment, I feel an incredible rush. Then I realize that I have forgotten about everything. The pain of the hill climb, the strain on every muscle in my body, and the days of hard practice. It's not a matter of whether I win or lose the race. I just enjoy it, and that's why I can continue to ride. That's how it should have been. I still didn't have much life experience that time, and it was something beyond my imagination. Suddenly, without warning, something was taken from me. I could also say shut away or lost. However, to directly express the emotion I felt at that time, taken is the word that fits best. So there was one thing that I learned. Life isn't all about having fun. I gained a lesson in life. The thing I lost was everything. I let myself get depressed about this, but I should have thought about it a little more. If something could be taken from me so abruptly, then something could be given to me just as suddenly. The wind blew, a gentle but strong wind. It would not be unreasonable to call it an encounter. What this could be the start of, even now there's still no way for me to know. The windmill is turning. People are overwhelmed just because of the size of such enormous things. This unnatural silhouette serves a function, but those who don't know what this is, it would appear to be something very bizarre. With so many lined up like this, it could be said to be even more overwhelming. But why is that? The sight of the white windmills lined up on the green hills somehow seems so picturesque. This is amazing. To think that something like this could be made. At the very least 5 years ago, there was nothing here, just a wide open space. I heard they were going to build a large-scale renewable energy research facility. The cell phone in my pocket vibrated to tell me I had received a text. It's from An-chan. To Aoi, did you arrive here already? Sorry I couldn't come to meet you. My name is written using a Chinese character read as Aoi. It's a difficult character, and is often mistaken for Midori. Incidentally, whether it is Aoi or Midori, it is often mistaken for a girl's name, which causes a few problems. I'll quickly write a reply. I hardly ever use text, so I find the key touch awkward to use. I got here a little too early, so I'm just going to go for a stroll. The windmills are amazing. Okay, send. The reply came quickly. They're great, aren't they? It's the new famous spot of Kazagawa. If you have any problems, contact me anytime. An-chan? Thank you, An-chan. As I sent the text, I sat down on the grass. This place is on the hillside. So, from there, I was able to gaze at the lake and the town that stretches across the opposite bank. The rapid redevelopment of the town of Kazagawa meant that the remnants of the old buildings from the Showa era are intermingled with the modern architecture. The view expresses both the past and the future at the same time. Something white flitted across my field of vision. For a moment it looked like one of those windmill blades had come flying off, but there was no way that could happen. Is it a paper airplane? I got up and headed down the slope to look for it. The paper airplane, gliding gently, eventually lost its momentum and descended. Gotcha! I ran ahead of it, did a small jump, and caught it midair. Where did this come from, flying from? Judging by the direction, it had come from the top of the hill. At a time and a place like this, could there be someone here besides me? I took the paper airplane with me as I climbed up the slope. Just as I was able to see the top, A sudden gust of strong wind blew the paper airplane out of my hand. Ah! Hey! Wait! I chased after the paper airplane and ran up the slope. Then, just as I finally caught it, there was someone on top of the hill. It was a girl sitting in a wheelchair, looking fleetingly into the distant sky. A sudden breeze blew her hair, and she combed it back with her fingers. Against the background of the blue sky and windmills that spread across my view, the girl's black hair and white blouse looked incredible. It was as if I was looking at a completed work of art. The girl noticed me. At first I thought I should make an excuse for why I was there. It was like I had stepped into her world without permission, and I started to feel guilty. She's not saying anything. Some guy had just suddenly appeared, so perhaps she's being cautious? To show her the reason why I had come here, I held out the paper airplane. Did you throw this? The moment she saw it, her facial expression stiffened. She looks like she was welling up. Suddenly, tears appeared in those delicate eyes. Huh? What? The tears that had welled up in the corners of her eyes came running straight down. So, it got to you. As I watched, great big tears came rolling down her cheeks. Huh? Hey. Without thinking, I walked up beside her. What's wrong? Do you hurt somewhere? Shakes head. As she shook her head, she touched the hand that I had unconsciously held out as if she were clinging to it. Her hand was small and trembling. I was scared. Squeeze. She gently squeezed my hand. It's okay now. I didn't even know what the situation was. However, as I answered, I squeezed her hand back. What? Chicken? Question mark? Quack quack? Peck peck peck? Ow! Ouch! Before I knew it, there was something like a chicken at my feet, and all of a sudden it started pecking me. Okay. Peck. Ow, that hurts. What is this thing? Stop that, Hat. Hat, as it was called, calmed down at her command. Quack. Is it a duck? With a yellow beak and a white feathers, it was a duck that looked like a chicken. For some reason, it was wearing a hat. I'm sorry, it's because I was crying. What do you mean gesture? Huh. Hey, still didn't crash. Okay, I'm closing OBS. Later, guys. And I hope everyone out there has all the hugs and head pats you could ever want or need. And thanks for hanging out with me. Later.